Warriors do not trust motivation. They do not wait to feel ready. They do not rely on willpower. They do something far more dangerous. They remove the option to quit. Not because they are fearless, but because they understand a truth most people never learn. A man with an exit will eventually take it. Modern life teaches you to keep options open, backup plans, safety nets, comfort paths. We're told this is smart, responsible, practical, but warriors knew better. They understood that choice becomes the enemy of endurance once pain enters the conversation. The mind is not your enemy, but it is not loyal. When discomfort arrives, the mind searches for relief. As long as quitting is possible, the mind will argue for it, not loudly, logically. This is why warriors do not debate with the mind. They remove its leverage. Ancient warriors did not rely on hope. They relied on structure. Spartans burned their ships. Vikings sailed past the point of return. Knights swore vows with consequences. They were not dramatic. They were precise. Commitment becomes real only when escape disappears. Most people think quitting is a failure of strength. It isn't. It's a failure of environment. Willpower fades, pain waits, comfort persuades. If quitting remains available, it will eventually feel reasonable. Comfort is not evil, but it is dangerous. Comfort whispers, "You deserve rest. You can start again tomorrow." No one would blame you. Warriors do not argue with comfort. They design their lives so comfort has no authority. People say warriors are extreme. They are not. They are committed. A warrior doesn't wake up disciplined. He wakes up without alternatives. When quitting disappears, endurance becomes automatic. Warriors do not rely on how they feel. They act according to who they are. Emotion fluctuates. Identity does not. This is why warriors appear calm under pressure. The decision was already made. You don't need a battlefield to remove exits. You remove them when you stop giving yourself permission to quit. Remove comfort triggers. Eliminate backup plans. Act the same in private as in public. The modern battlefield is internal, and most people lose it before the day begins. This idea makes people uncomfortable because removing exits means no excuses, no escape identity, no one else to blame. It means standing still when quitting would be easier. This is why few walk the warrior's path. Keeping exits feels safe, but it has a price. You hesitate longer, you negotiate more, you doubt yourself repeatedly. The cost of exits is long-term self-betrayal. Warriors pay pain once, not daily. When exits vanish, something shifts. Fear loses leverage. Pain stops negotiating. Doubt speaks, but no longer decides. You don't become fearless, you become settled. Discipline stops feeling heavy. It becomes default. This is when people start asking questions. How are you so consistent? How do you keep going? Why don't you ever quit? They think it's motivation. It isn't. It's structure. They see the result, not the exits you removed. Ask yourself this. Where is quitting still possible in your life? Where are you negotiating instead of deciding? Warriors do not ask, "Can I keep going?" They ask, "Who do I choose to be?" Then they remove everything that contradicts that choice. Before any warrior removes the exits around him, he signs a contract, silently. No witnesses, no announcement, no reward. This contract is not with the world. It is with himself. It says, "I will not negotiate with discomfort. I will not wait for the right feeling." I will not betray the decision once it is made. This is why warriors move differently. They are not improvising their lives. They are executing an agreement already signed. Most people think removing exits creates stress. The opposite is true. Stress comes from decision fatigue, from endless choice, from daily negotiation. When exits are removed, the mind becomes quiet. There is nothing to debate, nothing to weigh, nothing to reconsider. Calm is not the absence of pressure. Calm is the absence of indecision. This is the calm warriors carry into chaos. There is a day that arrives quietly, a day when quitting no longer even appears as a thought. Not because life got easier, but because quitting no longer fits who you are. Pain still shows up, fatigue still speaks, but quitting feels foreign, like a language you no longer understand. This is when people mistake you for strong. In truth, you are simply aligned. If this idea feels heavy, that is normal. Removing exits feels like losing freedom, but what you are actually losing is uncertainty. The weight you feel is not restriction. It is responsibility settling into place. Warriors accept this weight early, so they do not carry regret later. Very few people will live this way, not because they cannot, but because they will not. No exit filters people quietly. There is no test, no ceremony, no approval. Life itself becomes the filter. Those who remove exits stay. Those who keep them drift. This is why the path is narrow. If you're waiting for motivation, this path is not for you. If you need reassurance, this path will feel uncomfortable. But if you want permanence, if you want calm that does not depend on mood, if you want a life where quitting disappears, then you already understand. Subscribe to Warrior's Path. This is not motivation. This is structure. No exit, no return, only forward.